Hi everybody, hope you're well. Welcome back to another video. Now today is another project video. I'm sure you're getting bored of these by now, but today we're going to do an installation of this, the outdoor temperature sensor for Alde. Now there's an argument to and from, and it's quite a heated argument actually, whether this actually does anything, whether it actually improves the performance or changes the way the heating and the hot water work. I don't think it does. I mean, there's an argument to say that it lets the boiler know that the temperature is dropping outside, so it needs to prepare itself ready to switch on, which is absolute bunkum because the thing works off of the internal temperature sensor. If it's cold, it switches on. If it's hot, it switches off. It's a very binary system. So what's the point in adding it, you may ask? Well, it gives me some indication as to what's going on outside. If the temperature is dropping like a stone, then I know I need to go and do things outside, maybe remove the pump from the aqua roll, maybe fill the aqua roll up to stop it freezing. If it's getting too hot, maybe pull some furniture around outside, or, you know, what have you. It gives me an idea of what's going outside, but probably the biggest reason why I want to add this is it gives me something to talk about in the morning to Mrs. T. So that's the reason why we're going to add it into the system. It should be a fairly straightforward addition to the system. It's literally a sensor on a bit of wire with a plug. It is 2.5 meters long, the cable, and the sensor needs to fit outside. So obviously we need to go through the floor somewhere. So of course I'm not going to drill a hole in the floor. That would be a ridiculous thing to do to our caravan. Instead, we're going to use one of the very many drop vents. Now, we're going to put the wire through the drop vents. It's not going to inhibit any of the functionality or the uses of the drop vents, which are there primarily to escape gas out of the caravan if there is a gas leak. Gas being heavier than air, it sinks and will drop down through the vents in the floor. We're going to use a very tiny amount of space out of one of those vents, and it won't inhibit it. It won't stop it working at all. And that's what we're going to do. Now there's a choice of 3 vents where I'm going to put this. There's one right next to the boiler, there's one a little bit further away, and there's one underneath the central chest here in the caravan. Unfortunately, the one I wanted to use, which was underneath that chest, is just a little bit too far away from the boiler, so we can't do that. The only other one I want to use is the one which is the furthest point away from the boiler, which is in the corner. Now when the sensor is outside, I actually don't want it on the outside of the chassis. I want it on the inside, in between the chassis rails on the caravan. The reason for that is that I don't want wind or gusts or direct sunlight or any possibility of direct interaction from the weather and the elements to make any effect on the temperature sensor. So I want to mount it on the inside of the chassis. So there's going to be a bit of a cable stretch underneath the van. And to do that, and to help with me fixing cable to the underside of the van, I'm going to use cable ties and these adhesive little pads here, which you run a cable tie through and then it holds it in nice and neat. But there's going to be a subtle change to these. As you can see, they come with self-adhesive pads on them. I'm actually going to remove the self-adhesive pads and I'm going to use some glue. I'm going to use some adhesive. This one is an unbranded all-purpose, I can't remember the name of it. It's an all-purpose Gorilla Glue, which is extremely sticky and extremely effective. It's temperature and weather resistant, so it does a great job. I've used it on other things away from the caravan and it works really well. This is basically an unbranded version of that. However, if you've got Sikaflex 522, use that. And this is exactly how I'm going to fix the sensor as well. Let me just open up the packet and show you exactly what we've got here. And it's extremely straightforward. We've got a plug at one end. It's a JST 2.54 normal connection, 2.5 meters of cable, and then this is the sensor. Now as you can see, there's 2 little holes there. I'll show you. There's 2 little holes there that you can see, which we could use to drill through into the floor, but I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I'm going to mount this on the underside of the caravan and I'm going to put some glue on here to hold it in place, and I think that's going to be an effective way. It means that we won't validate any warranty, and I don't think we're going to cause any issues at all just by gluing it in place. So I'm going to drop it through to the outside. Now obviously that's way too big to drop through a vent, so we're going to start from the outside and we're going to pull this cable through from this side. But there's just another little gotcha here. This plug here is just slightly, I don't know if you can see that, that plug there is just slightly too big to go through the drop vent, which I'll show you in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that plug off, and that's very easily done if you just press into those 2 clips there. I'm sure you can see that. I'm going to press into those 2 clips there, pull the housing off, and then I'm going to attach a draw cable to that and pull it through. So let's get on and do that right now. Like so. Job done. This is my draw cable. It's literally just a piece of wire, but I've used this one for so many years. It's a draw cable which I made up years ago. It's got two sides to it. One half is twisted around, so it gives a little bit of rigidity to it, and the other half is not twisted around, so it's quite flexible but incredibly thin. So let's go over to the vent I'm going to use and drop this cable down. Just thought I'd show you, this was the vent I wanted to use, which is underneath the chest at the front of the van, but it's literally just a little bit too far away, which is a real shame because I thought that would have made a really good, sensible choice. The other one is right down there next to the boiler. That one would have been a good choice as well, but it's just next to the boiler, so I don't think I want to go where it's going to generate some heat. Instead, I'm going to use that vent down there, and that's going to be the furthest point I can go without it going too far away. So let's drop our draw cable down that one, and then we can attach the cable and pull it through. So that's the one we're going to use, and we're literally just going to go straight down here, through this grill, through the void in the floor, and then to another grill which is outside. So it's going to take a little bit of poking, a little bit of prodding, but hopefully we can get right through. And I think that's actually done it. So let's go outside and see what we've done. Okay, and I think you can see we've got the cable through. Now I won't lie, that did take a little bit of fiddling around. I needed to use the thinner end of my draw cable as opposed to the thicker end, just because it was a bit of a problem getting it through both grills. But anyway, that's now through. So here we are. Now what I'm going to do is attach this onto that, these two together, and then gently pull this cable all the way through. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Now I can then start to gently pull that through. Okay, let's see if this now comes through. So again, we just want to pull it gently. And there we go, cable is now through. Right, let's put the plug back on here and then we're good to go. They go in that way round, if that makes sense. So the spongy bit, the clippy bit, goes away from the clip section that you've used there. So, and it's a satisfying click when it goes back in, and there we go. That's that plug all now back together again. Right, now I didn't mention before, but the plug literally plugs into the boiler. And if we pull the lid off the boiler, there's a very helpful little map down here as to where it plugs in, and it plugs into the very top, this side here. I'll show you that in a minute. But what I'm going to do next is I'm actually going to route the cable through where I want the cable to be, and I'm actually going to cable it tie in so it's installed this side, because then I know how much cable I have to play with on the outside of the caravan. So let's route the cable through and then let's plug it in. Okay, so I just got to tidy it up over there, but the cable is now routed all the way through down here and now plugs in here. And as I was saying, let me just pull that around the other way. And as I was saying, there's a very helpful little map there, and it shows us that this plug here plugs into the top, what would that be, right? Yes, top right to you. And that's exactly what I've done. I've plugged it into the top right. So before we do anything else, let's just prove that this works by switching on the heating and having a look at the control panel. Okay, well, it's 6 degrees inside, -10, and it's 4 degrees outside. So there we go. I've done nothing to this. I've literally just plugged that right in right now, and it seems to be, well, it seems to have worked perfectly. So let's cable tie all that up together inside, make a neat job of it, and then we'll focus on actually mounting it outside in a moment in 3 degrees of temperature. Oh, blimey. Yep, I'm wearing a t-shirt. How odd. So as I said, I'm going to use these blocks here to mount the cable with. They're very good actually, because you do have options to screw them in as well if you ever use these on other things. Very useful to have. I used these when I did the LED lights actually. They were very useful. But the adhesive pad on them is pretty rubbish. So what I've been doing is just from 4 or 5 of these, I've just been picking the adhesive off, and it's dead easy. Once you've got a corner, just roll it in your fingers and the adhesive will soon start to give way and come off. He says on camera, not being able to do it. Oh, there we go. Just roll it with your thumbs and it comes off quite easily. And that's perhaps the reason why I'm not using the adhesive pads, because they do come off quite easily, and certainly in, you know, weather conditions outside, it's not great. So just picking it off, and yes, I'm going to use about 4 or 5 of these, so I'm going to just go ahead and prepare the rest of these right now. Right, there we go. I've prepared 5 of them. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but well, it's quite a straightforward process to do it anyway. So there's 5 of them ready to go. Let's go outside and let's start mounting it up. All right, so you join me outside, and what I'm doing now is I'm just going to put the cable ties through these now, because it can be a bit fiddly. So I'm just going to put the cable ties through these now, and I'm just going to click them off just 1 or 2 places like that, and then feed them on over the cable. So I've got the cable, I've done a couple already, so that's what I'm doing here, and I'm going to show you exactly where I think I'm going to mount it. I did say I wanted it on the inside of the chassis rails, but I don't know now. Let me get underneath and I'll show you exactly what I mean. I think 3 of these is going to be good enough, actually. Okay, let me show you what I've done. So this is the cable here, down there. I haven't tightened the cable ties up yet. I want those to dry off in place. I think I might apply some tape to those, and then the actual sensor is the other side of the chassis now. So that's what I'm going to glue in place right now. I might put another clip the other side, I don't know, I haven't decided that, but let me see how this goes anyway. Okay, so here we go, it's all taped up in place. It's being pulled back very steadily and very slowly back by the tension on the cable. So what I've done is I've just taped it up in place to make that a neat job. I think I'm going to add another block here as well, just so that I can then tie that up nicely, so around the chassis rail, just like I've got here. So I'm going to add another one just in here right now, and then that's it. And then I'll just need to let all this dry off, and then I can then pull up the tension on the cable ties. So let's add another one in now, and I'll show you how much glue I'm actually using to stick these pads in place. So yeah, so that's the pads we're using, and this is how much glue I'm applying to each one. About that much. That's how much I'm using. So not too much. Right, so that's as much as I can do today, to be honest. Because it's quite cold, the glue which I'm using is not setting off quick enough. So what I'm going to do is I've taped everything up so it holds everything in place, and I'm going to leave it now a few hours, probably come back in the morning, to be honest with you, and then I will just see how everything is doing, and then tighten everything up and then pull the cables so they're nice and tidy. That's as much as I'm going to do today. So join me tomorrow or whenever I come up here again next, and we'll tighten all those cables up and finish the job off. Right, it is in fact the day after. I've let the pads dry off, so let's get underneath the caravan and let's see how everything is looking, and hopefully tighten up those cables. So there you go, that's the first one. You can see by the amount of glue there how much it moved around whilst I was trying to set it in place, and that's because it's cold. Whereas that one there hasn't moved, and neither is that one, and that one's still taped up. So let's pull the tape off and let's tighten up these cable ties. A little bit disappointed I didn't get it in a straight line, but at the end of the day no one's going to know it's there, and that was completely my own fault. But there we go, an easy installation. A little bit tricky here on the very wet, mucky, muddy stones, but it's installed nonetheless. Let's pop inside and make sure it still works. Right, there we go, 6 degrees inside, 2 degrees outside. Let's just make sure the internal sensor is working as it should. Breathing on it, boost it up to 9, 9.5, that's right, and it's made no effect. Oh, 3 degrees, 2 degrees. Well, yeah, it's cold outside. And there we go, that is that all done. That's the outdoor sensor from Alde installed. Not a bad job, actually. Quite an easy, straightforward job. There's a couple of things I will say. First of all, if it's cold like this, give any adhesive that you're going to use a couple of days to go off, because yesterday it was not going off, mainly because it was so cold. So maybe do this in the warmer months so that your adhesive sets off nicer. Second thing to do is raise the front of the caravan up. I did, so I could get access underneath, which was fine. Second thing, just have some knee pads or have some kneeler pads as well, you know, that you can get from the garden centre, just because I was scrabbling around underneath, backwards and forwards, etc. Maybe even have a helper to supply things to you, like cable ties, cutters, whatever it is that you've forgotten when you're under the van. But actually not a bad job. Total time to install all this, I would say it took me about 25 minutes to do everything. That aside from filming, which obviously makes it take a lot longer. But about 25 minutes. Admittedly, I left it a day before coming back up to make sure that all the glue had set off. But then I literally just tied up and pulled up and then cut off the cable ties. So it was all done. I bought this sensor off of eBay. I've put a link to the listing down below in the description. Not affiliated, not sponsored, but there we go. Like I said, this one is on the 3020. The 3030 is exactly the same. So if you've got a newer boiler, it's exactly the same process. And like I've shown you, I just picked out one of the drop vents there, and it's done a great job. So there we go, guys. Hope this video and this installation, maybe this project, has been useful for you and given you the inspiration to do it yourself. If nothing else, you've then got something to talk about in the morning with the missus by saying, it's cold outside. Actually, it's 2 degrees outside. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Please do hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. If you can do all of that and you're not bored of them yet, we'll see you in the next project. See you soon. Bye-bye now.